It's late night in Paris, France, and Georges Batroc is finishing up with his woman of the night. She asks to light up a cigarette. Of course, the answer is no. Not in his presence. Never in his presence. It's a disgusting habit. The woman makes a comment that the very notion is rather un-French of him. But he doesn't care. The Frenchman knows that it doesn't always pay to be a complete stereotype. The phone rings. A heist. Imminent. Military hardware. They want extra security. They want the Leaper. And then he says a number. He does not have to say what it's for. They want him to fight Captain America. Again. Batroc hangs up the phone. He looks at the woman in the room and tells her he will be paying her for the full night, but he's only going to need an hour. The two continue, but Batroc's mind is elsewhere. The man on the phone and the number. 2/3 of the number would have meant the Black Widow. Not because she's any worse, of course, but because she's a woman, and his trade is a chauvinist one. However, 50% more would have meant Elektra, because even chauvinists don't like to end up dead. But this particular string of zeros means Captain America. And it's for Captain America he must prepare. He trains in the solitude through the night. Next, he familiarizes himself with the rooftops of his job's locale. He soon sees he is not alone. 2 teenagers hop across the rooftops with him. Parkour. They are free runners. Batroc has heard of this. It is, of course, dangerous. This is not why the city is built. It was built to be a prison. Parkour transforms gray concrete cells into a playground. Batroc watches, and he finds himself smiling. To the boys, there is no prison. However, the teenagers stop in their tracks on the edge of the rooftop. They argue with each other if the next jump is even possible. One of them, the boy with the beanie, argues that no man could make that jump. The other disagrees. Their friend has made it, and if they can, then he can. The boy with the beanie reminds his friend who they are. Competition is the antithesis of the traceurs. The two look to Batroc for the deciding argument. They have seen Batroc on the rooftops before. They call him the Supreme Traceur. Batroc sides with the boy with the beanie. It is not about what others can do. It is about what you can do. You only ever race yourself. Batroc just smirks before leaping away. It's true, he thinks. This is what it's all about. This is what he always was and never knew. A traceur. Time is short. He must continue to prepare. The original captain, this Steve Rogers, a freak of science and a freak of nature, the only survivor of a serum that destroys men. The new one? Who knows? Obscure training, lunatic science, cybernetic enhancements? They broke the mold they used to make Captain America. Who knows what tools could carve this super soldier replacement? George's Batroc is no super soldier, but this is all he has. This is what he is. He is what they will never be. A man. He is a man, and all this man can make of himself. And this is why he is better than them. Batroc is the best that he can be. That is all that matters. That night, Batroc does the job he was hired to do. The crew he's doing security for are the usual cheap cocktail. Americans, East Europeans, loudmouths. One of them makes it more than apparent that he is not happy hiring Batroc. That's money out of their pocket. And besides, Batroc has gotten his frog-legged ass knocked around by the old Stars and Stripes for years now. What good is he going to do? Batroc just crosses his arms and waits. What the man speaks of does not matter. It doesn't change anything. But occasionally, you will feel the need to explain. Yes, Batroc has never beaten Captain America, but he has fought him. And because they're paying him, if the good captain shows his star-spangled body, Batroc will fight him again. And then the men will have a chance to escape. A chance. And that is all they will have if the captain arrives. If they want someone who can beat the captain, then good luck. There exists no such man. Because if there were, there would be no captain. Batroc approaches the loudmouth gunman and kicks him across the chin before tripping him to the ground with a sweep kick. Then, Batroc stomps on the man's wrist. Hopefully, now, the man understands. However, to show he has no hard feelings, Batroc refrains from breaking the gunman's leg, warning that the captain may not be so generous. Time passes, and the men eventually load into their armored vehicles and make their way to the drop point. The plan goes well. And then, the plan goes badly. Captain America arrives. A second later, one of their trucks explode. The second truck screeches to a halt, and all the remaining gunmen flood out into the street. Most of them scan the rooftops for their attacker. Two of them run to the collapsed vehicle behind them and snatches out their prized cargo. Then, from out of the shadows, a shield is thrown. The glimmering discus crashes into one of the men holding the cargo, causing him to drop it, bounces off the truck, and returns back to the captain. One of the gunmen opens fire. Bad idea. Batroc leaps over and kicks the weapon out of the man's hand. This is what they are paying him for. Batroc served in the Legion. He can handle a gun. But you don't shoot guns at the suits if you can help it. You'll only end up dead. Batroc turns up to fight with just expertise and the savate fighting style. The new captain throws a haymaker, and Batroc easily dodges. He convinces himself not to take the opening. it's a trap. He recognizes the attack. It's the Sistema step. This captain picked up Sistema somewhere. Batroc can't help but wonder, where the hell did Captain America learn a Soviet fighting style? Batroc must distance himself. He must buy some time. He is playing for time, not victory, not ego. The sound of a car engine turning on causes the two to stop mid-fight. The truck begins to peel off into the distance. The captain reaches for his gun. Batroc kicks it away, scolding the captain. He thought that they were men of honor. There are no guns in a fist fight. And so, the captain uses his shield instead. The concussive force of the shield strike causes Batroc to fall to the ground. He smirks as the truck fades into the distance. What a shame, he states. It seems as if the gunmen are escaping, and the brave captain has no idea where they are taking such dangerous contraband. Wherever can he get a clue? This angers the captain. He tosses his shield at the Leaper, but it is dodged. The Leaper rolls into a ball before vaulting away over a nearby wall. Batroc's entire body is screaming. He can't listen to it. He is prepared. He knows the lay of the Traceurs Play Park prison, but he tries to make it look otherwise. The captain would never head across a rooftop in this state, unless it cut his prey's lead. And if he did, he'd never jump on a weak spot. The captain is nothing if not observant. For him to fall, someone would have to have disguised it earlier. The captain falls, and now Batroc makes good his escape. But the captain's vulnerable. Batroc tries to snap himself out of it. He tries to tell himself to escape. This job isn't about winning. It's not about this. But the captain's solar plexus is wide open. One strike. Batroc just needs one strike to take him out. Batroc leaps back into the fight. You idiot, he tells himself as he jumps into the air. You idiot, he tells himself as he sees the captain regain his composure. You idiot, he tells himself as the captain hits him with his shield out of the air and onto the ground. He is no true Traceur. Batroc just couldn't resist taking the shot. He only has to win once, he tells himself as he wipes the blood from his lip. And he only has to look out for himself. Batroc sees the two teenagers from earlier sitting on a nearby rail watching the fight unfold. Batroc kicks the shoddily held together metal structure, and immediately it begins to fold in on itself. The captain has no choice but to look after the teenagers. And he will look after them. Batroc wouldn't endanger them otherwise. Or, that's what he tells himself. Right now, he cannot deny what he tells himself is not always true. And he lied to the boy. The jump to the next building is impossible. It is the wooden plank Batroc added earlier that makes it otherwise. The two boys cheer. Go Batroc! The Leaper! They bellow into the night. The captain is confused. He could have sworn that Batroc just put their lives in jeopardy. However, the boys do not care. Captain America wears the symbol of a country who has spent the last decade calling them cheese-eating surrender monkeys. They're not going to just get on their knees now. Besides, look around. This place, this city, they're all underdogs here. And Batroc is one of them. Later, it is time for another woman of the night. The phone rings, interrupting their session. Batroc has been expecting the call. Surprisingly, the crew did better than he thought. The captain caught them at the coast, about to board a boat to North Africa. Batroc would have bet a pretty euro or two that he'd have got them before they left the city boundaries. But still, no escape means no money. His advance is all he'll be getting. Batroc shows a little anger to keep his reputation, then hangs up. Now, the woman must leave. Batroc waits for her steps to disappear, and then he counts to 3. And then he laughs. A draw. Or close enough. With the captain, it's never about the money. It's about having another chance to be the best man Batroc can be. And the hope that maybe today is the day when he can be a little bit more.